Raynham Hall, a stately home, an imposing manor. Nestled in the heart of the English countryside, it stands as a testament to centuries gone by. Its walls have witnessed the ebb and flow of time, the rise and fall of fortunes, and the secrets that have been carefully guarded within its confines. It stands proud, steeped in history. The golden hues of the setting sun cast a warm glow on its ancient stones, highlighting the intricate details of its architecture. The historical plaque at its entrance tells only a fraction of the tales that this grand estate holds. Generations of the Townsend family have walked its halls. Their portraits, now faded with time, line the grand hallway, each face telling a story of its own. These walls have echoed with their laughter, their sorrows, and their whispered secrets. They've lived, loved, and died within its walls, each generation leaving behind a legacy, a piece of their soul embedded in the very fabric of the house. The antique gallery serves as a silent witness to the passage of time, capturing moments that are now mere memories. A place of grandeur, it whispers of a bygone era. The grand staircase, with its polished banister, has felt the touch of countless hands. The opulent chandelier hanging majestically has illuminated many a grand ball and intimate gathering. An era of elegance and power, the ballroom, with its vintage decor, stands as a testament to the lavish lifestyle once enjoyed here. The historical fashion displayed in the grand estate speaks of a time when elegance was paramount and power was displayed through opulence. But beneath the surface, darkness lurks. A haunting presence lingers. The dark hallways, illuminated only by flickering candlelight, seem to hold on to the shadows of the past. The eerie, empty rooms echo with the silent footsteps of those long gone. A secret history whispers through the centuries. Old letters and documents, yellowed with age, hint at stories untold. The whispering shadows in dimly lit rooms seem to guard these secrets, waiting for the right moment to reveal them. The air within Raynham Hall is thick with the past. Dust particles dance in beams of light, creating an almost ethereal atmosphere. The antique furniture, though covered in a layer of dust, still holds an air of dignity and grace. The scent of ancient wood and damp stone pervades. The aged wooden beams, sturdy yet worn, tell tales of the craftsmanship of yesteryears. The damp stone walls, cool to the touch, have stood the test of time, bearing witness to countless events. Footfalls echo in the silence, a constant reminder of those who came before. The dusty corridors, though empty, seem alive with the memories of the past. Each echoing footstep serves as a reminder of the lives once lived within these walls. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the heavy curtains, casting long shadows. The dimly lit rooms, with their heavy drapes, create an atmosphere of mystery and intrigue. The interplay of light and shadow adds to the enigmatic aura of the house, shadows that dance and shift, concealing more than they reveal. The flickering candlelight creates an ever-changing tapestry of shadows, each movement hinting at secrets hidden just out of reach. The house seems to be alive, breathing with the weight of its history. The house breathes with the weight of its secrets, waiting to exhale its ghostly tales. The old keys, heavy and cold, turn slowly in the lock, revealing doors to the past. As the old door creaks open, one can't help but feel the presence of the countless souls who once called Raynham Hall home. For centuries, rumors have circulated. Whispers of the supernatural have always intrigued and terrified in equal measure. In the annals of history, few tales are as chilling as those of Raynham Hall. This grand estate, with its long, shadowy corridors and ancient rooms, has been the epicenter of countless ghost stories, whispers of a spectral figure haunting Raynham Hall. The stories often spoke of a mysterious woman, her presence felt more than seen. She was said to glide silently through the hallways, her form barely visible in the dim light. Servants whispered of fleeting glimpses. They would gather in small groups, sharing their eerie encounters in hushed tones, their faces pale with fear. Each story seemed to add another layer to the legend, a rustle of silk in the dead of night. The sound would echo through the silent halls, sending shivers down the spines of those who heard it. It was as if the very fabric of the night was being disturbed by her presence. A cold spot in the grand hallway, the temperature would plummet suddenly, a chilling indication that she was near. Breath would become visible in the cold air, and an icy dread would settle over anyone in the vicinity. Doors creaking open, seemingly on their own. The heavy wooden doors, which normally required effort to move, would swing open with an eerie ease as if guided by an invisible hand. Unexplained noises kept them awake at night. Strange sounds would echo through the mansion, waking the inhabitants from their sleep. The source of these noises was never found, adding to the growing sense of unease. Fear hung heavy in the air. The atmosphere was thick with dread, a palpable tension that seemed to seep into the very walls of the mansion. It was as if the house itself was alive with the spirit of the Brown Lady. The sightings were always fleeting, a quick glimpse here, a shadow there. She was never seen for long, always disappearing just as quickly as she appeared, leaving those who saw her questioning their own eyes. A glimpse of a figure disappearing around a corner. The fleeting nature of these sightings only added to the mystery, making her seem even more elusive and otherworldly, a chill down the spine. Those who encountered her spoke of an intense, bone-chilling cold that seemed to penetrate to their very core. It was a sensation that was impossible to forget, a feeling of being watched. But the witnesses agreed. There was an undeniable sense that they were not alone, that unseen eyes were always upon them, observing their every move. It was a woman in a brown dress. Her attire was unmistakable, a relic from a bygone era. The dress seemed to shimmer in the dim light, adding to her ghostly appearance, her face obscured by shadow. No one could ever get a clear look at her features. The shadows seemed to cling to her, hiding her true identity and adding to the enigma. Her eyes glowed with an eerie light. They were the only part of her that seemed to pierce through the darkness, glowing with an unnatural luminescence that sent chills down the spine. They called her the Brown Lady. This name became synonymous with the haunting, a title that carried with it a sense of dread and mystery, a name whispered in hushed tones. The legend of the Brown Lady was passed down through generations, each retelling adding to the mythos and ensuring that her story would never be forgotten, a legend passed down through generations. The tale of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall remains one of the most enduring ghost stories, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that still linger in the shadows of history. Descriptions of the Brown Lady varied, but some details remained consistent. She was always described as a woman of regal bearing. Tall and slender, she moved with an ethereal grace. Her gown was brown, its fabric shimmering like tarnished silver. Some said it was a ball gown, others a riding habit, but it was her face that truly terrified. Hidden in shadow, it was rarely seen in full. Those unfortunate enough to look upon it spoke of hollow eyes, eyes that burned with a cold, otherworldly light. Her expression was said to be one of profound sadness, a haunting reminder of a life unlived, a soul trapped in torment. 1936, a turning point in the legend. Two photographers, Captain Provand and Indre Shira, were on assignment, tasked with photographing Raynham Hall for Country Life magazine. They set up their equipment on the grand staircase, unaware of the terror that awaited them. As Shira prepared his camera, Provand noticed something, a translucent figure descending the stairs. He gasped, pointing. "Quick! Quick! There's something there!" Shira, initially skeptical, snapped the picture. The flash illuminated the staircase. There, clear as day, stood the Brown Lady. The image, once developed, shocked the world. It remains the most famous ghost photograph ever taken. Section 5, a flurry of phenomena. The haunting intensifies. The photograph's publication ignited a firestorm. Skeptics cried foul. Believers felt vindicated. Raynham Hall became synonymous with the paranormal, but the Brown Lady didn't disappear. If anything, her appearances increased. Doors slammed shut on their own. Footsteps echoed in empty corridors. Voices whispered from the walls. Guests reported feeling cold spots. Some claimed to have been touched by unseen hands. The air grew heavy with dread. The Brown Lady's presence was undeniable. Raynham Hall was no longer just a house. It was a crucible of fear, a place where the veil between worlds thinned. Section 6, Secrets of the Past, Unveiling the Tragedy. The haunting of Raynham Hall is often linked to Lady Dorothy Walpole, known as Brown Dorothy for her love of brown gowns. She was the sister of Robert Walpole, The first Prime Minister of Great Britain, Dorothy's life was marked by tragedy. Her husband, Charles Townshend, was abusive and controlling. Legend has it that Dorothy was accused of infidelity. Her husband, consumed by jealousy, imprisoned her within Raynham Hall. She spent her remaining years confined to her chambers, a prisoner in her own home. When she died, her spirit remained, forever bound to the place of her suffering. Section 7. The Weight of History, Exploring Possible Motives. Is the Brown Lady's anger directed at her husband? The tales of her tragic life often point to a deep-seated betrayal. Her husband, once the love of her life, is said to have locked her away in the mansion, leaving her to wither in isolation. This act of cruelty could be the source of her eternal rage. Does she wander the halls, searching for him? Perhaps she roams the corridors, hoping to confront the man who caused her so much pain. Her restless spirit might be driven by a need for closure, a desire to face her tormentor even in death, or is she seeking solace? The Brown Lady might be looking for peace, a way to escape the anguish that has bound her to this world. Her appearances could be a cry for help, a plea for someone to understand her suffering and offer her the release she so desperately needs. A release from her torment. The mansion, with its dark history, could be a prison for her soul. Each sighting might be an attempt to break free from the chains of her past, to find a way out of the endless cycle of sorrow and despair. Some believe she haunts the grand staircase. This staircase, a symbol of her final moments, could be the epicenter of her haunting. It is here that many have reported seeing her ghostly figure, as if she is reliving the last steps she took in life, the place where she was last seen alive. The grand staircase holds a significant place in the legend of the Brown Lady. It is said to be the very spot where she met her untimely end, and her spirit remains tethered to this location, unable to move on. Others claim to have encountered her in her former chambers. These rooms, once filled with her presence, now echo with the sadness of her story. Visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of sorrow and despair, as if the very walls are imbued with her grief. A room filled with the sorrow of a life cut short. The chambers where she spent her final days are said to be heavy with the weight of her unfulfilled dreams and lost hopes. Each piece of furniture, each shadow seems to tell a part of her tragic tale. Whatever the reason, the Brown Lady remains. Her presence is a constant reminder of the mansion's dark past. She is a spectral figure that refuses to fade away, a ghostly testament to the pain and suffering that once took place within these walls. A chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath even the grandest facades. The mansion, with its imposing architecture and grand design, hides a history of sorrow and betrayal. The Brown Lady's story is a stark contrast to the beauty of the building, revealing the hidden depths of human suffering. Her story is a cautionary tale. It serves as a warning about the consequences of cruelty and betrayal. The Brown Lady's haunting is not just a ghost story, but a reflection of the very real pain that can result from broken trust and unfulfilled promises. A reminder that even in death, some wounds never heal. The Brown Lady's restless spirit is a testament to the enduring nature of emotional scars. Her presence in the mansion is a poignant reminder that some traumas are so deep they transcend even the boundaries of life and death. Some secrets refuse to stay buried. The mansion's walls hold many secrets, and the Brown Lady is the most haunting of them all. Her story continues to captivate and terrify, a lingering echo of a past that refuses to be forgotten. Section 8. Unanswered questions, the mystery endures. Despite countless investigations, the mystery of the Brown Lady remains. Is she truly the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole, or is she something else entirely, a manifestation of collective fear, a psychic imprint left upon the house itself? The answers remain elusive. The Brown Lady continues to fascinate and frighten. Her legend persists, passed down through generations. She is a stark reminder that some stories refuse to die, that some secrets are destined to haunt us forever. Section 9. An enduring presence, the Brown Lady's legacy. Raynham Hall stands as a testament to time. Its walls hold centuries of history, both grand and tragic. But it is the Brown Lady who truly captivates our imaginations. Her ghostly presence adds a layer of intrigue to the already fascinating history of the house. The Brown Lady's story is a reminder of the power of belief, the enduring allure of the unknown. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the chilling effect of her tale. She is a spectre that continues to haunt our collective consciousness, a symbol of the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows of history.